Have you ever wondered why the assassination of President John F. Kennedy remains one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in history? John F. Kennedy, a charismatic leader with an aura of youthful vitality, was the 35th President of the United States. His presidency was marked by significant events, from the tense standoff of the Cuban Missile Crisis to the embryonic stages of the Vietnam War. Yet it was his commitment to civil rights, albeit slow and reactive initially, that was the defining moment of his presidency. His stance against racial segregation, particularly after George Wallace's actions, propelled the Civil Rights Act of 1964, albeit posthumously. However, it's not JFK's presidency that keeps historians and conspiracy theorists up at night. It's the circumstances surrounding his untimely death that have captured the public's fascination for over 6 decades. On November 22, 1963, JFK was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The alleged assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, was apprehended, only to be killed 2 days later by Jack Ruby, creating a whirlwind of confusion and unanswered questions. The Warren Commission, set up to investigate JFK's assassination, confirmed Oswald as the perpetrator, yet failed to determine his motive, leaving a void filled by countless conspiracy theories. Some theories suggest a deeper political plot, while others point fingers at organized crime or foreign governments. Despite efforts to declassify related documents, no major revelations have surfaced, further fueling the mystery. The enduring intrigue around JFK's assassination is a testament to his cultural significance and the profound impact his death had on the American psyche. It also reflects a broader culture of conspiracy theories in American politics, a culture that thrives on the unknown and the unprovable. As we delve deeper into the events leading up to that fateful day, we find a story filled with intrigue, power, and uncertainty. November 22, 1963 started like any other day. Little did the citizens of Dallas, Texas know that their city would soon be etched in history forever. It was a day of anticipation, a day of excitement. President John F. Kennedy, the charismatic leader of the free world, had arrived in Texas. The purpose of his visit was to mend political fences with leaders in the state, but his presence brought a sense of hope and optimism to many. As the morning unfolded, the president, his wife Jacqueline, and Texas Governor John Connally embarked on a 10-mile motorcade route through the city. The open-top Lincoln Continental in which they were riding was a symbol of transparency and accessibility, yet it would tragically become a stage for an unforeseen act of violence. It was just past 12:30 in the afternoon when the motorcade made its way into Dealey Plaza. The crowds lining the streets were eagerly waving and cheering, their eyes fixed on the charismatic president. Suddenly, amidst the cacophony of cheers, 3 gunshots rang out. The first bullet struck the president in the neck, the second hit Governor Connally, and the third and final bullet found its mark in JFK's head. The joyous atmosphere was instantly replaced with confusion, fear, and horror. The president slumped over, and Jackie, in a state of shock, crawled onto the trunk of the car in a futile attempt to escape the nightmare unfolding before her. The motorcade sped off, rushing the critically wounded president to Parkland Memorial Hospital. But it was too late. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, merely half an hour after the fateful shots were fired, President John F. Kennedy was pronounced dead. In the blink of an eye, the nation lost its leader, and the world was left in shock. The man behind the trigger, Lee Harvey Oswald, was as much a mystery as the motives behind his actions. Born in New Orleans in 1939, Oswald was a former U.S. Marine who had defected to the Soviet Union at one point, only to return to the United States disillusioned. Despite his questionable past, Oswald lived a life of relative obscurity until that fateful day in November 1963. On the day of the assassination, Oswald was working in the Texas School Book Depository, a building that overlooked the route of Kennedy's motorcade. After the shooting, he was seen leaving the building and was later apprehended in a nearby movie theater. His arrest, however, did not provide the clear answers that everyone so desperately sought. Instead, It added another layer of intrigue to an already complex puzzle. Just 2 days after Kennedy's assassination, as Oswald was being transferred from police headquarters to a county jail, he was shot and killed by a nightclub owner named Jack Ruby. This unexpected twist raised a whole new set of questions. Why would Ruby, a man who had no apparent connection to Oswald, take such a drastic step? Was he part of a larger conspiracy, or was it an impulsive act of vigilante justice? Oswald's death before he could stand trial only served to deepen the mystery. It left numerous questions about his motives, his actions on the day of the assassination, and whether he acted alone or was part of a larger conspiracy. Even the Warren Commission, established to investigate Kennedy's assassination, could not definitively answer these questions. Oswald's death left a trail of questions unanswered, questions that haunt us to this day. In the wake of the tragedy, the Warren Commission was formed to uncover the truth. This 7-member panel, led by Chief Justice Earl Warren, was tasked by President Lyndon B. Johnson to investigate the circumstances surrounding JFK's assassination, with the hope of putting to rest the swirling rumors and speculations. The Commission's report, released in September of 1964, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in assassinating President Kennedy. This finding, however, was met with skepticism and controversy. Critics pointed out that the Commission relied heavily on the FBI's investigation, which some believed was flawed and incomplete. The fact that Oswald himself was murdered before he could stand trial only added to the sense of ambiguity and uncertainty. Furthermore, the Warren Commission's conclusion did not align with the results of an earlier investigation carried out by the Dallas Police Department, which suggested that more than one shooter was involved. This discrepancy fueled the belief that there was a larger conspiracy at play, a theory that was further bolstered by inconsistencies in eyewitness testimonies and the existence of classified documents related to the assassination. There were also criticisms about the Commission's methodology. Some argued that it failed to thoroughly investigate key areas of interest, such as Oswald's connections to Cuba and the Soviet Union. Others suggested that the Commission was under political pressure to quickly wrap up the investigation and provide a simple, reassuring answer to a traumatized nation. In the end, the Warren Commission's findings, rather than providing closure, only intensified the debate about who was truly responsible for JFK's assassination. The lack of a definitive motive for Oswald, the existence of classified files, and the absence of a trial for the alleged assassin continued to provide fertile ground for conspiracy theories. Despite their efforts, the Commission's findings only served to fuel the fire of conspiracy theories. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy remains one of the most enduring mysteries in American history, a puzzle that continues to captivate and intrigue us more than 6 decades later. More than 60 years have passed, yet the assassination of JFK continues to captivate and puzzle us. This event, this moment frozen in time, has left an indelible mark on American politics and culture. It's a story that's been told and retold, examined and re-examined, yet the full truth remains elusive. The assassination of John F. Kennedy brought about a seismic shift in our collective consciousness. It shattered the illusion of invulnerability that had enveloped the presidency, and it ushered in a new era of skepticism and uncertainty. The event sparked an enduring fascination with conspiracy theories, fueling a culture of doubt and suspicion that continues to permeate our politics today. In the backdrop of this enduring enigma, there is an ongoing quest for closure. There's a tireless effort to declassify documents, to reveal the hidden truths that might finally put to rest the swirling questions. This pursuit for clarity is not just about solving a mystery, it's about understanding our history, about making sense of a moment that forever changed the course of a nation. But despite these efforts, the full truth of JFK's assassination may always remain just out of reach. Each new revelation, each newly declassified document seems to raise more questions than it answers. The quest for truth becomes a journey without a definitive end, a puzzle with pieces that never quite fit together. Yet, there's a certain poignancy in this unending search. It reflects our innate desire to understand, to find meaning in the chaos. It's a testament to our collective resilience, to our unwavering pursuit of truth in the face of uncertainty. As we continue to seek answers, the assassination of JFK reminds us of our collective quest for truth, a quest that is as much a part of the American narrative as the event itself.